Hello everyone. For this tutorial video, I like to talk about what decimal numbers are and how they can be used for a greater range of numbers than fractions can, owing to how they do not follow a specific pattern, unlike fractions. As you're probably aware of by now, each digit in a normal number is expressing a power of 10. For example, 20 called 20 means 2 tens and 0 ones. And 200 is 2 hundreds, 0 tens, and 0 ones, and so on. A decimal is used in a similar manner, except it allows you to express numbers between 0 and 1, sort of like fractions, but in a not as easy to understand manner. So if you see the number 0.1, that means you have 1 out of 10 as your quantity. And if you have 0.01, you have 1 out of 100 as your quantity, and so on. When you add decimals or subtract them, or multiply or divide them, you do the same exact rules as you would for non-decimal numbers. You just have to pay special attention to what's to the left of the period and what's to the right of the period to make sure your answer makes sense. Although addition and subtraction work essentially the same as if the period were not there, multiplication and division are more complicated if you have a number between 1 and 0 in the question, i.e. a number that is 0 point something, because your result will be smaller when you multiply by a number between 0 and 1, and your result will be larger when you divide between 0 and 1, which works in the opposite manner as to what you would usually expect from multiplication and division. Decimals can not only be used to express numbers between 0 and 1 using the tools we know is true for values between 1 and infinity, as opposed to fractions which have their own rules, but can also be used to express numbers that cannot be represented with fractions period, which are called irrational numbers because you cannot write them as a specific ratio. So decimals give you a broader range of quantities that you can express, in fact, basically an infinite amount, than you could with fractions alone, so they're useful for that as well. Now that I've explained what decimals are and why they are useful, I'd like to explain what percentages are in the next tutorial video and explain how they are actually a specific type of fraction, and the clue is actually given directly in the title. Don't forget to subscribe if you found this video informative, and make sure to see other tutorial videos, and follow me on either Facebook or Twitter for more content.